Hello and welcome back. Today from Hasbro we have Transformers Studio Series Badassatron from the Transformers 1 movie. This is the B-127 / Bumblebee action figure from the Hasbro's Studio Series line, which is their collector series based on the various movies of Transformer characters. This is Bumblebee as he appeared in that Transformer 1 movie. So on the front we get that new style window packaging. It's quite a bit smaller than some of the others, but there's a nice little window packaging there so you can see what you're getting. You get the confirmation that he transforms in 18 steps, profile shot and image of him in his alt mode. Transformers Studio Series Transformers 1 Autobot B-127 Bumblebee. The artwork continues around the side. Autobot logo. On the back we get product shots of his robot and alt mode, a brief summary of the character, image of him as he appeared in the film, all of our legal and barcode, some more legal, and then a profile shot on the side. So without further ado, let's get this character opened and take a look. So pulling him out, it is on that new standard style cardboard backing we have seen with other figures so far. So it's just a blue background with Transformer and the various faction symbols. It's tied on with these plastic clip ties, which I despise. That comes out. Our accessories are in that tissue paper. All these plastic bits I absolutely despise. Our legal, our instruction manual, which is in red this time, and our accessories. So I believe we get our knife hands. Get this open to see what we've got to get. We should get knife hands, blaster, and his wrist guns. So he has movie style blaster, which actually, from what I recall, quite screen accurate. It's just done in a solid greyish black plastic with some various moulding detail throughout. That is going to be too small of a port for the FX pieces, so it won't be FX compatible. We get his wrist blasters and his knife hands. Now I believe these just plug in like so, and that we will be required to have the blasters to fit the knife hands to the figure, but we'll see for that for certain in a bit. Here we have Bumblebee out of the packaging. The gold plastic could be a little more gold. But it's not as cheesy coloured as a lot of gold can end up being, so it's not too bad. We get some nice blue here for the headlights, some greys throughout for the various grills and metalwork, his legs, feet. He's got a bit of a small backpack, but nothing too horrendous. So there's certainly a lot worse out there. And then he's got a very nice head sculpt with a lot of really nice molded detail throughout. Articulation wise, the head is on a bit of a ball joint, but you're not going to get much movement there beyond the standard turning. Arms are on a hinge at the shoulder, so they will go up and down. presumably for transformation, but there is also a ball joint there, so you can get a full range of movement. Single hinge at the elbow. You can get movement presumably for the transformation on the hands that way. There's some minor, full waist rotation. Ball joint at the hips. And a single joint at the knee, and the foot can move that far if you unhinge the back plate there. There is an ankle tiltage there as well. So we get a nice range of movement and posability out of the figure joints. Accessory wise, he has the two gun hands which we've seen. These will fit. Presumably, I think these go straight onto his hands. Yes, so these will go straight over the hands, and it looks like there's one for each. Yeah, so they go straight over the hands like so. So he's not able to have those and the blaster on both. As far as I can see, there's storage on the back for the gun here. Otherwise, or I suppose you could put it there. Otherwise, it will just slide into this hand here. And there's also storage on the back for his blasters here. So we get some nice amount of storage for all of his accessories. Before we move on to articulation, I actually have the baseline figure for this, so I thought we'd take a quick look at that for comparison purposes. So here we have the baseline version, which is more of a yellow than a gold. You can see the difference in their faces there. Height wise, the baseline is actually a little bit taller. It's a head taller. Articulation is pretty much the same as the mainline one. He had one knife, one blaster. This one doesn't have ankle tiltage, but besides that, its articulation is pretty much identical. The joints are a lot looser on this figure. Again, this is primarily aimed at a children's toy, but there is only a £5 price difference between the two. Screen accurate wise, I actually feel this Bumblebee is a little more screen accurate to what he appeared in the film, especially down with the legs here. While they're a little wider than they appeared in the film, I don't recall him having these exhaust bits on the legs, and the knees seem oddly narrow with this weird part for the back of the car sort of sticking off the side, so I'm not too fond of that. Figures, as I've said, is a little bit smaller. I suppose that's so it pairs with the other studio figures for this line. It's not a bad figure as it stands. I like some of the detailing on it, but I do feel that this one is a fraction more screen accurate. This one actually has a chest piece which pops off, so you can have him showing his transformation cog, and presumably so it looks a little more accurate to how it looked before he got the cog. And that just clips back over. There we go. So let's put that one to one side for now, and let's look at transformation. Let's bring in our instructions. So instructions, transformation is turn the head, lift these, twist these, backpack comes down. This part lifts up. And then this part will come up over the head and that will come out. That comes out. And that folds like so. Arms come back down and rotate so the ports are facing outwards. Okay. This is now supposed to clip into place like so. It's not really clipping. I don't know if it's okay, so supposedly these ports down here will clip into those at the back there, which I believe are going in. I can't quite tell. I think that's about it. Presumably it might need a little more fiddling when we get it into transformation. Back plates on the feet come down and knees bend over, or the ankles rather. Then they clasp together. And fold there we go. They unclip from the back there and then fold up like so. So those two bits and there. So it's like that. Then these need to fold up. That'll clip in there, which we've already done. And they come like so. And this goes up. There we go. That clips in like that. Arms then move in and should just snap into place, presumably. Right. Okay, so these ports are supposed to go into here, and this port is to go into here. So there we go. Same this side. To just fit in like that and that. And there we all of these bits don't really want to stay in, which is a little tough. There we have Bumblebee in his alt mode. Weapon storage is, again, the wrist blasters at the top here. And the gun clips into the side. So let's move the instructions out of the way and take a look at him. So it rolls nicely. There's some nice roll. It's a flat surface. I'm not keen on this part here. I know that the vehicle sort of moves in, but it certainly needs something here to keep it, to make it look a little sleeker, a little nicer. Otherwise it's just kind of stuck open. Comparatively to the other Bumblebee, which I'll just bring in. Okay, so this is the baseline figure in transformation. I've only done it quickly, I haven't fully popped it all together, but you get an idea here of the differences. I definitely prefer the look of that. It's just feels like it's missing things here, where this one isn't. Transformation is different enough that you're definitely feeling with two different figures, but again is reasonably similar. This is obviously primarily aimed at kids, but I do feel it's a little more screen accurate. But I prefer the gold on this figure to the yellow on this. Detailing wise, you know, they're similar. This one's obviously a little bigger. You only get one knife hand, but it's not attached to the blaster like it is with the other figure, and you get one cannon. It's weird. So taking this one back out of transformation while I'm not going to do this one fully, but oops. Okay. Let's put that one over there for now. Let's transform this one back. So transforming back should be just reversing the process of the instructions for the instructions. You do need to pop the guns off because they store at the top now. That goes under, that goes on, head turns around, that folds down. And there we have our figure back. I've got to fold the arms out, but that's easy enough. Anyway, so I don't know. I feel that this is a nice figure. If you pick it up and it's your only Transformer 1 Bumblebee, I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. However, if you have the option to get the baseline figure, not only is it cheaper, or it should be anyway, I feel that it looks a little more screen accurate. You're not losing much in the way of posability. It's a slightly bigger figure, and feels, despite being a lot looser in the joints, it looks like a nicer figure over this one, which is a bit of a shame because I do like this figure. I just feel compared to its baseline version, it could have been a little bit more. And I feel like that with all of the Studio Series figures for Transformers 1. I feel that a little more effort was put into the baseline versions, that they transform a little more smoothly, that that their alt modes look a little more screen accurate than their Studio Series counterparts, and that, you know, some of their detailing as well is a little more screen accurate. So it's hard to recommend the Transformer 1 Studio Series figures when the baseline figures not only cheaper but do a decent job of representing how they appeared in the film. But as I said, if this is your only option, then I don't think you'll regret getting the figure. It has some nice bits to it. I definitely like the gun, and that will be going over to Optimus who used in the film. But yeah, there we have it. He's nice enough, but could have been more. I think that's the best way to sum it up. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. And please remember that freedom is the right of all sentient beings.